Paltrocast.
So I'm going to say good morning. Do I have my time zones correct on that one at least?
For you, yes. For me, it's 4 in the afternoon.
Okay, the opposite. So it sounds like you're close to where you taped the music video for Ladybug.
I'm exactly on the same island. Yep.
That's fantastic. Now, that is a stunning music video. When did you actually record it?
Thank you very much. I recorded it last December, actually.
Wow, that is okay. For December in New York, it does not look like that. It is freezing, etc. That doesn't seem like you were freezing in that music video.
I actually was. It's on an island in Greece called Naxos, and we do have winter, but it's very rare that it snows. But I think it was probably 8 degrees, maybe 10 degrees. So being in the outfits that I was in, I was cold.
Got it. So is that a one-off track? I know that Jordan and you collaborated on that one, but when you worked on that track, did you go, "Hey, there's an EP coming, an album coming," or what's the deal with the recorded music end of things?
Yeah, it's definitely part of a bigger project.
Got it. So when was the song tracked versus the music video made?
Oh man, I'm so bad with timelines. I think I recorded it in the summertime and then came back here in the fall and then did the video in the winter. So yeah, I spent a good 8.5 months working on this new project.
Is Jordan playing all the instruments on that or most of the instruments?
He's playing all of them except for the drums.
Got it. Okay. How did you and Jordan first encounter one another professionally?
Through a friend actually. So I was traveling and I was down in Miami and I was recording an R&B track. And it was just like naturally going more in the alternative direction.
Hmm.
Um, and the producer down there was really great. And he goes, you know what? You need to like run with that. So he gave me the project as is to do as I wanted to do. And I had called up a friend that is in my area in BC, Canada. And I was like, hey, like, who do you know in the rock scene or the alternative scene? And he was like, Jordan's your guy. He actually loves pop. So it was like a really easy transition to go to just see how heavy we wanted to go. And that's when we started Last Whisper. That was my first alternative track.
Wow, BC has such great roots when it comes to heavy stuff and rock. How well versed are you about Vancouver being that hub for AC/DC and Bryan Adams and Motley Crue and all that?
Yeah, I grew up to a lot of those bands. I'm from the Okanagan, so I was a little bit more isolated growing up, but nonetheless, like yeah, they have a lasting impact for sure.
Yeah, I don't think most people realize that, for example, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi was made in that area. Was it the warehouse? Was that the studio? Any idea?
I have no idea.
Either way, you're continuing the hard rock momentum going forward. And last I read, tell me if I'm wrong, you were looking for a new backing band. Is that still in process?
Yes, and I don't know what that looks like. And I'm super open to either joining a new band, like Katerina Nicole joins so and so, or we start something new, or I have a full-time band for Katerina Nicole. I have a lot of tracks that are completed that are ready to roll out. And so I'm just kind of working on building those connections and marketing myself to be in a position where, hey, like this fits, this works good, and let's go from there.
That's a unique situation where you have this great music video following all those great music videos, but you're now going, okay, join me or I will join you. So that's fantastic on that end. Now, back to you, the individual. Who or what made you want to become a professional singer in the first place?
I was really young. I was 6 years old, and um, Kelly Clarkson came on American Idol on TV, and every commercial I'd stand up and do a little performance for my parents. So right away they got me into lessons, and I started doing competitions. And there's so many great female vocalists in my millennial era that just did it for me. And then it kind of progressed into more Avril Lavigne and Paramore and Evanescence and, edgier stuff. So I love the range that vocals can do.
I would have thought that Kelly Clarkson would be a deterrent because most people don't realize with Since You've Been Gone that they have those couple of high notes in there that human beings should not be able to sing.
That's right. And if you've watched, I can't remember which live performance it was, but how edgy she was on stage, it was way more raw than she usually is, and I loved it. It's great.
Did you also take instrumental lessons or it was just vocals for you?
I did pick up electric guitar for a while, but unfortunately I put it down and I shouldn't have. But I have ADHD, and so I think yeah, for now I'll stick with singing. But you know what? I would love to pick up the guitar again.
Did you grow up going to a lot of concerts?
I didn't. Avril Lavigne was my first. Then I went to Simple Plan. Billy Talent is a
Yeah,
Canadian band. They were amazing to see live. I think Rise Against opened for them.
that's the first non-Canadian artist you've said.
Yeah, and that those guys, I was like, wow, I love the genre that Rise Against does. I love the feeling that I get from their music. And I actually there's a couple of new tracks that I've done that have some Rise Against kind of influence in there.
So you're screaming a little bit or you're,
A lot.
oh, really?
Yeah, a lot. I dipped my toes when I did the EP, and it was like my first time attempting to scream ever. And so it's been a year now since that EP has come out, and I've done more training. And honestly, Jordan just kind of helped me wing it, like in the studio, in the booth. He just kind of gave me pointers, and I picked it up pretty quickly.
That EP was the Serene in Violent Oceans.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Serene and Violent Oceans.
Got it. So it sounds like you've been pretty prolific the last two-ish years.
Yeah, and I'm just expanding, and I really did that project, Serene and Violent Oceans, for myself. It was just something that I really needed to do. But then the feedback was so amazing, and I was like, wow, I could do this. Like I've been on stage since I was 6 years old, but I stopped for a long time, and I've never been in an actual band. So that's what I'm really longing for right now.
Hmm.
So I'm expanding my sound. I love being heavier, but I also love ear candy so much. So, anything in that realm makes me happy.
When you're tracking with Jordan, are the heavy guitars totally done or are they more of a basic form?
Do you mean like it's honestly thought up on the spot. I come in there, I've got a theme. Most of the time I have some sort of lyrics or, lots of things that I want to talk about or sing about.
Sure.
Then we'll just start creating the sounds um and go from there.
Sometimes you find out that there's a basic track, the person singing on top of a basic track, they give the vocals, and then the track is kind of finished. I wasn't sure if you were getting like a full, the music that we're hearing, you were entirely singing on top of, or, I was trying to figure out that dynamic of it.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of more like this. We build on it. At the time that I come up with the vocals, sometimes he still has to track some more guitar and some bass. And then we do drums at the end, and that's Ryan Lorkey, and he's absolutely amazing. He used to drum for Spirit Box as well.
Spurbox, who's right now on tour with Evanescence, so it all
And
kind of
Poppy, yeah.
there you go. So you, the individual, I'm curious. What is your number two hobby or passion besides music?
I love doing a lot of things, so that's a hard answer. If anybody that knows me, like I do a lot of different things. But I love travel, I love food, I love art, I love film. Like since I started doing my music videos, that's definitely something I want to get more into, is whether that looks like acting or just being behind the camera or in front of the camera.
Right. When I ask that, sometimes people go, "I all I do is listen to true crime," and I was trying to figure out, are you one of those people?
No, I'm always doing something. And something
A
random, like a lot of side quests.
lot of side quests. Well, in terms of the music videos, again, I complimented the Ladybug music video, and it looks great and all that. How long does something like that take to actually make?
That video took 2 days of filming.
Hmm.
And that was us working with just like the best evening light. So really, I would say it was probably about 4 or 5 hours of filming in total. I came up with all of the wardrobe, the looks, the locations. I live here on this island, so I kind of knew already where I wanted to go. And then I brought in a filmer from Athens. Whereas my videos that I did in New York with Black Wolf, those were already determined before I got there, and that was also like 1 or 2 days of filming. So I haven't done anything really more intensive than that. I have some videos, actually, if you've seen my Crystal Lynn video, that was my last track that came
Yeah.
out. That one I believe that one was filmed in one day. Yeah, it was filmed in one day. And we just go, go, go. We went to Burbank and then we ended up in, I can't rem even remember where, like 2 hours south for the water scene. So it was a long day, but when you go and travel, you're like, let's get her done in a short amount of time.
Do you storyboard your videos?
What does that mean?
Think of with animation that yes, it's this full spectrum kind of thing, but they kind of know, okay, around the 30-second mark, we might be there, and then we have to get to here. I think the answer is no. You don't
Answer is
like,
solid no. Yeah, I maybe like we kind of have a concept,
yeah.
but we're still going to be taking the best of the best. Like I've got a video coming out shortly, a new song that's filmed in Las Vegas, and I had in my mind the sections that I wanted, the visuals to be, but they came out totally different, and I'm like, wow, like I let other artists do what they're best at, and that's how great things turn out.
Without giving too much away, this Vegas music video, were you at the old strip or area 15, or can you
I
say
went,
where in town you were?
yeah, I was downtown and I went to Barter's Beer and Mall for one of the scenes. Do you know that place?
Yes.
You do? You know Steve?
I don't know the people behind it. I just know my different parts of Vegas for better and for worse.
It was my first time going downtown Las Vegas, so that was a lot of fun. And then we went out to the desert. There's a fire scene. I light a sofa on fire. Yeah, I won't give any more away, I guess. I'm excited about it, but um I've got one track coming out next that I don't mind sharing because I'm really excited about it, and that's coming out July 3rd. And I have a feature, and this feature is Johnny Cardulo from Carcosa and Angel Maker. So he's doing vocals on this track with me, and it's called Black on White.
Black on white. So that's coming soon. This Vegas video is something entirely different, and that's coming soon.
Yeah, we
The
have a lot
band,
coming out the next few months. Yeah.
there's a lot coming on the next few months. So for us to actually track and find out what we're supposed to find out when it's gonna happen, is Instagram the best way to do all that?
Yeah, Instagram. I'm more of an Instagrammer. I don't really do the TikTok thing as I probably should. But like I said, I'm independent doing all of this, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with it all and know my strengths and what my weaknesses are. So it would be nice to have a band that, can contribute and have a say and, collab more on a daily basis.
Sure. Well, the last question I have before I let you go, I don't know if this gets a 20-second, nah, no, or a thesis. I don't know which one it gets. Do you have a reading recommendation that you can pass along?
Right now, I'm reading Cher's biography book. I love reading artist bios, honestly. I learned so much from other artists and other people that have been in film and music and have lived a great life, and that's kind of my thing. Or I self-help books. So I don't
Sure.
know.
What I've heard is the share it's a part one. That's how it's written. Is that true?
That's right. Yeah. I'm in the
Okay.
very beginning of it, but the reason actually I bought the book is because of her viral video at one of the awards where she was like, you know what? You think that you're doing enough, but then you wish that you did more. So to hell with it, do it. Go do as much as you can in your life and, apologize for some things later if you need to. So.
Thanks, Cher. Well, thank you for your time, Katerina. Looking forward to what's to come, and congrats on all the great recent activity. Looking forward to that next music video.
Thanks, Darren. Talk to you soon.
Paltrocast.